Yo, what's going on? This is Ross Omari, and you are listening to Flourish, the unofficial Squarespace entrepreneur podcast, hosted by yours truly, founder of SQSPthemes.com. Today, we're going to talk about making the transition from services to digital products. Now, this is a 2018 year in review type episode, but I wanted to frame it in context of um, the big shift and transition that I made in 2018. So if you are making a similar transition from selling your services to selling products, specifically digital products, um, you know this episode is for you. Hopefully you get something out of this. All right. So just to catch you up to speed, if this is your first time tuning in, or if you're not familiar with me, or this entity, this online business baby of mine called SQSPthemes.com. Um, it's where we're at, 3, 4. This year is 4 years, right? So I was born in 2015, and the initial premise of the site was that it would be a live case study in building an online business on the Squarespace platform. So I was niching down. That was my whole MO. I was niching down, and I was niching down with this premise because one, everything that I had learned had been from people who were really transparent about their process and, uh, what went wrong, what they learned, that whole type of thing. And so I wanted to be able to turn around and offer that to other people, because I found it valuable, and that's the type of value that I wanted to create. And then at the same time, I wanted to experiment. I wanted to try different things. I wanted this to be a sandbox for, you know, experimentation when it comes to marketing strategies and different tools, and really like testing the limits of this platform. So 2015, it was all about carving out a niche. The niche was Squarespace. The niche within that was Squarespace development, customizations, tweaks, that type of thing. And it was a success. It worked. I instantly, as I created the site, I created it with the community in mind, so that as the site grew, the community would grow, and there'd be some type of like, symbiotic relationship. But I was also doing everything. I was doing design, I was doing development, and I'm not exactly a designer or a developer. These were skills that I had learned on the fly. These are things that I learned and got good enough to be good enough, and to actually like, sell it and help people and use it as a service. But I wasn't good enough to be sustainable. So in 2016, I ended up burning out because it just became too much. I was spending way too much time trying to learn while also serving at the same time, and it just didn't work out. So I ended up actually shutting down the site at the end of 2016, and just 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 mad stuff just wasn't working out. But 2017, I came back with a revival, and this time around, I found someone who had the skills that I didn't have, but also shared the values, and was a problem solver, and was basically the technical version of what I had learned to master on the customer and the marketing side. And so one of the things that we did early on was we decided to now take some of these solutions that we had developed and package them as plugins. And so our plugin shop was born in 2017, but it was just something on the side. It wasn't like a big revenue driver or anything like that, but it did open up that potential where finally now, there was an actual product that my time wasn't connected to, or I didn't have to like invoice anyone. You could just go and buy it off the shelf and set it up, and that's it. And so moving into 2018, my personal goal for the year was becoming whole, and for me that meant really integrating different parts and aspects of my personality that had been fragmented or compartmentalized. So you would have like work Omari over here, and then like creative Omari over here, and then uh, technical Omari over there, and just I wanted to just be me, as I am in the many forms and facets that I am, and grow from that place, as opposed to having to like be one person here and another person there. But beyond that, my big goal for 2018 was to grow this thing, grow this shop, grow this digital product shop selling Squarespace plugins. And so that was my big MO for the entire year. And here's what happened, right? So midway through the year, um, I finally decided to close down the development side of things. And having done that before, having burned out doing that, or burned out and having to do that before, um, I knew that I would have to fill that gap with another type of service. And so I decided to go all in with SEO. And the reason for that as well was because this is around the middle of the year when we made the shift. Um, when I made the shift, was because SEO has also been a major driver of the site up to that point as well. So focusing on it from both the service side and as well as internally, allowed me to like really channel my forces, and it ended up working out. Ended up really working out. We passed 2,000 customers sometime either at the end of December or beginning of January. And that was a huge milestone, because it meant that, from January 2018 to January 2019, basically, um, 0 to 100 in terms of this just being a little side thing, the shop being a little side thing in terms of revenue, to becoming the flagship, um, the flagship offer at sqspthemes.com. And now again, allowing me to shift again and spend even more time creating content without having to worry about, invoices, or a lot of the other issues that come along with client-based business. So, how were we able to achieve this growth in the past 12 months? The big thing is removing and minimizing as many questions as possible when people are, checking out your products and interested in buying. And this is like an ongoing process. It's included everything from having live demos to creating instructional videos or setup videos that people could watch before they purchase, so they already know what they'll have to do. Frequently asked questions, customer service, live chat, uh, checkout, an optimized checkout, simplified checkout process. Just doing as much as possible so that someone can land on the site and say, okay, yeah, like this is trustworthy. It's gonna work. These people aren't gonna just like take my money and run away. And so that, I think, has been really, really important. Something else that I would definitely want to improve on, or do better, the next time around, is really getting to know your customers beyond just that single purchase. And this is important because, you never know what other potential problem that you can solve for them. You never know what other potential product that you could possibly create that they need or that they want, unless you go a little step further and develop a deeper, or go beyond just a transactional relationship. And that's something that I'll talk about a little bit more in a second too. But making customer service number one, right? That's like, I think that has probably been like the heart of it for us. And even though we've run into We've run into some hiccups and, some growing pains on the customer service side. I think, it just informs you. It allows you to make a better product. It allows you to market that product better. It's just it's the best source of information, right? It lets you know where all the little gaps are, all the little areas of improvement. You get to know them on the front lines with your customer service. And so this is actually a review that we got the other day that I think really reflects how we've grown on the service side, because like a lot of times when you're doing customer service or you're dealing with customers, you only get the really like emotional or irate or, big problems that come up, right? So it kind of skews your perspective a little bit. But it's nice to get reminders like this, right? Installation was easy thanks to the most detailed video and text instructions I've ever got in my life. Super customizable. One of the best customer experiences I've ever had. I think that review really summed up exactly to the T what we were trying to do in 2018, and I think we've done that and continue to try to do that even better. This screenshot that you see here is this is the follow-up review sequence in ConvertKit. So basically, every time someone purchases a product, they get tagged in our email system, and then they get an email that asks them for feedback and to review the product the next day. And so the big lesson there is follow up, follow up, follow up. So this is a very small little, post-purchase email follow-up, but it's been really, useful and valuable over time, because otherwise people probably wouldn't come back and leave reviews. And the reviews are important because the reviews, they show up in the search engine results. They show up obviously when someone's checking out the product, and it helps to alleviate those fears and make people realize that, okay, cool, this is like good stuff here on the other side. And so along with that follow up, that's where I think you can really cultivate a deeper relationship with your customers, with your audience. And so that's what my whole MO is for 2019. It's finishing what I started. And this podcast was something that I started in the middle of 2018, and I did 2 episodes and that was it. And I had my own like hangups and insecurities that finally I was able to say, you know what, let's just keep going. Like whatever, like, it's not about me at the end of the day. I'm just a vehicle and a vessel. And, so here we are back with Flourish. And so this is actually the 4th day that I have recorded and published an episode back to back to back to back. So looking forward to day number 5 tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about, and I like the topic for tomorrow because the what's it called? The title is it's a Jamaican colloquialism. How money I gonna make? How am I gonna make money? And so that was a question that I had way back in January of 2014 when I first left my full-time job to explore this other world. And so we're going to talk about some of the different options, some of the different ways that you can either monetize your content, different online business models that are suited to different personality types. We're going to get into all of that tomorrow. So I'm really excited because I think, again, you'll get a lot of value out of that. So 2019, how to make it in the digital economy. That's what my whole MO is really helping to the next generation of creative entrepreneurs on the internet achieve their goals, fulfill your dreams, your lifestyle goals. And it's all possible. It's all possible because the internet allows us to all connect. So anyway, sqsbthemes.com/podcast. You can go there, subscribe. You can, yeah, you can go there and subscribe. I always run out of things to say at this point because, yeah. Oh, and you can subscribe on YouTube as well because I've been uploading these YouTube videos. So definitely hit the YouTube subscribe. You're going to see my face one of these days. So definitely subscribe. We're going to get back into the whole video thing. All right. Peace. Wait, don't tell me that I wasn't recording this whole time. Okay, I was. Bloopers.